Welcome back to NBA on ESPN for Game 7 of the NBA Finals, featuring LeBron James, also featuring Kyrie Irving. It's been a close one all night. You see LeBron taking ankles and knocking down the shot. Kyrie is clearly frustrated. It's been back and forth all night. Kyrie with the layup, and it's good. It has been a back and forth game. LeBron dribbling, puts up the shot. It's up, around, and in. LeBron is celebrating. Oh, but Kyrie coming right back with the move, with the layup. Oh, blocked by James. Oh my goodness. But Kyrie with the shot, and he sinks it. Oh boy, it's time. Oh, and Kyrie rejects the shot. It's been a good one. I wonder how many people are in here to witness history.
So we know that people enter the stadium at a rate of 10x plus 20. We also know that they exit at a rate of 6x plus 2. So now that we know both of those things, we want to create a formula that we can use to find out how many new people are entering the stadium. So we'll consider that h of t. So we know that h of t would equal the integration from 0 to t of e of t minus L of t dt, which is the rate of people entering minus the rate of people exiting. So if we want to find out how many people are in the stadium at any given time, we also need to add the amount of people who are currently in the stadium at time t equals 0. So h of t equals the integration from 0 to t of e of t minus L of t dt plus 200. This is because we know that at the time 6 o'clock, we know that t equals 0, and there are 200 people who are the staff currently in the arena. So now at 8 o'clock, the time of the big, the end of the game, the big shot, that's t equals 120 because it's 2 hours later. We want to know how many people are in the stadium witnessing greatness. So we could just fill out the equation that h of 120 equals the integration from 0 to 120 of e of t minus L of t dt plus 200. Next, we can just pull out our calculator, turn it on, and with the calculator, we can put our y1 as e of t and our y2 as L of t. And then using the integration function, we can just type it into the calculator. Integration from 0 to 120 of y1 minus y2 dx plus 200, and you get 31,160 people in the arena. So after all the math, we now know that there are 31,160 people currently in the stadium at the end of this game to witness history. Let's see what LeBron can do.
Tie game, 3 seconds left on the clock. LeBron going for the last shot. You must wonder what's going on inside his head at this very moment.
To find the arc length
That LeBron
needs on a shot, we would have to have the arc length formula and the formulas for the horizontal and vertical component of the path that the ball takes. And these three formulas are depicted above here. So first, I start by taking the derivative of the horizontal component because that is what we need in order to plug into the arc length formula. So the derivative of the horizontal component is v initial cosine theta. The derivative of the vertical component is v initial sine theta minus 9.81t. I found both of these derivatives using the power rule. Now I have enough to plug into my arc length formula. I know the integral is from 0 to 2 because Melindy's shot takes 2 seconds. So I plug it in, v initial cosine theta squared plus v initial sine theta minus 9.81t. So I plugged in the derivatives of that I found of the horizontal and vertical function. Okay, so yeah. After I plug it in, now I'm gonna FOIL and simplify and come up with a simpler version of this equation. Okay, so I FOILed and I simplified the equation. So now all I have left to do is plug it in, which is what I'm about to do now after I plug in the initial velocity and the angle at which Melindy shoots it. Both are given to us. The angle is 45 degrees and the initial velocity is 2.20 meters per second. So after I plug it in, I plugged it in my calculator and I got 17.37 meters. And thank you.
James for the win. It's gone. LeBron James at the buzzer.
LeBron James with the crazy game winner, and the crowd is going wild.
LeBron! Woo! Oh my God, LeBron! You're amazing, LeBron! LeBron!
You want my shoes?
Your shoes?
Limited edition.
Oh my God, the LeBron soldier 7s?
Anything for my fans.
After LeBron so generously gives his
even
limited
found
edition
No
shoes
way!
to his number one fan,
You're welcome.
number one fan,
You're welcome.
Oh
also
my
named
God.
Matt,
How many of these
is
are
wondering
even in the
how
world?
many shoes are there in the world. So we know the rate at which the shoes are sold is represented by LT equals 10t plus 5, for where t equals year, where t is in years, and the boundaries are from 0 to 8 years. The fan excitedly wants to know how many total shoes have been sold after 5 years. So we have to take the integral from 0 to 5 years, as in the lower bound is 0, the upper bound is 5. We take the integral and we find 5t squared plus 5t. We use the first fundamental theorem of calculus to find out that there are 150 LeBron shoes that have been sold in the world currently after 5 years in the world. So Matt is very lucky to have one of the 150 shoes worldwide.
Well, folks, that's all we have for you tonight. It looks like everyone came out a winner. Well, except for Kyrie Irving. Thanks for watching NBA on ESPN. Be ready for next year's NBA season.